Good afternoon to all my students, and today we will discuss one of the important concept from organic chemistry, that is nucleophilicity versus basicity. This concept is important for competitive examinations. So nucleophilicity versus basicity. First of all, you need to remember, you need to understand any anion or any molecule with a lone pair. An anion and a molecule with a lone pair can act as nucleophile, can also act as base. This is like a human being can do the business, can also be a father at home. And human being can do the business, can also be a father at home depending upon where he is. So similarly, an anion can behave like a nucleophile, can also behave like a base. The tendency of nucleophile to behave, the tendency of the nucleophile, otherwise the tendency of this anion to behave like a nucleophile is called nucleophilicity. The tendency of this anion to behave like a base is called basicity. So nucleophilicity and basicity are the characteristics of an anion. So what is when we call an anion nucleophile? When it donates electron pair to electron deficient carbon. So in this case, electron pair is donated to carbon, whereas in this case electron pair is donated to H plus. If an anion donates the electron to the electron deficient carbon, then it is nucleophile. The tendency is called nucleophilicity. When an anion or a molecule with a lone pair donates the electron pair to the hydrogen, that tendency is called basicity. Suppose if I have X minus and carbon halogen bond, in this case the lone pair is donated to the carbon, and this is nucleophilicity. Whereas in this case X minus donating the electrons, X minus donating the electrons to the hydrogen. In this case, it is basicity. So nucleophilicity versus basicity. I hope this aspect is clear. It's like a human being can be a businessman, can be a father. What is he is actually decided where is he. At shop, he is a businessman. At home, he is a father. So same human being. Now if you dig deeper, nucleophilicity is measured. You need to measure the strength of the nucleophile. Just like we measure the intelligence of the students with respect to marks, with respect to GPAs, we also should measure the tendency, the capacity, the strength of the nucleophile. For that we will take measured by rate constant, whereas here it is measured by equilibrium constant. Suppose if I give you an anion and I ask you what about its basicity, go and ask equilibrium constant. If I give you an anion and ask you what is its nucleophilicity, go and ask rate constant. He will tell you. But don't go and ask equilibrium constant what is its nucleophilicity. You are failed. And don't go and ask rate constant what is this anion's basicity. He fails. Therefore, this is measured by rate constant. This is measured by equilibrium constant. And point number 3, the nucleophilicity is affected by. The nucleophilicity is affected by steric crowding and also affected by polarization. steric crowding and polarization. Basicity is not affected by steric crowding and polarization. Polarization is nothing but suppose if I have an anion X minus U, the distortion of electron, if someone comes and distort the electron, if someone comes and disturb the electron, then it is called polarization. You are disturbed when this electronic cloud is disturbed. If your friend comes and disturbs you, if a friend comes and if he disturbs you, distorts you, that is called polarization. Therefore, nucleophilicity is affected by polarization and also affected by steric crowding. Why it is affected by steric crowding? Because lone pair has to be kept in the orbital of carbon. Carbon is not a small atom, not as small as hydrogen. It is a small atom, but not as small as hydrogen. So to approach carbon, it must not be a bulky group. It must not be a bulky group. In order to keep the electron density in the orbital of carbon, it must not be a bulky group. Therefore, it is affected by steric crowding. Whereas here, electron density is given to hydrogen. Hydrogen is such a smallest, cute, innocent atom. Therefore, it is not affected by steric crowding. Even it is a bulky one, even it is a fat one, even it is a slim one, it does not matter. So, basicity is unaffected by steric crowding and unaffected by polarization. So, these are the differences of nucleophilicity and basicity. If we quickly summarize, any anion can be nucleophile, any anion can be base. If it gives the electrons to the carbon, it is nucleophile. If it gives the electrons to hydrogen, it is base. So, measured by rate constant, the strength is measured by equilibrium constant. So, it is affected by stereochemistry and polarization. It is unaffected by stereochemistry and polarization. So, with this understanding, we will try to see in the next class, in the next video, so different aspects of nucleophilicity, trend of nucleophilicity and basicity across the period and also down the group. Therefore, remember these differences and we will proceed to the next video quickly.